World Health Organization recently announced it's unlikely the virus came from a lab. Well, Josh Balg is the Vice President of Farm Animal Production at the U.S. Humane Society and joins us now and lives in San Francisco. So thanks so much for talking with us today. First of all, tell us about the relationship between pandemics and factory farming.
COVID-19 is an animal-derived disease. And so we're starting to really understand the critical relationship we have with animals on a societal level. And the most critical one being perhaps is how animals are being raised for food. Most are confined inside factory farms. Just picture giant warehouses filled with tens of thousands of animals, shoulder to shoulder if they're pigs, wing to wing if they're chickens. If one of them gets sick, they all get sick. And an even more of a pressing issue is that because there's so many animals, it gives the disease more of an opportunity to mutate and become easier to spread and become even graver in terms of the risk to people. And we've already seen this with avian influenza. We've seen this with swine flu. And so if we want to reduce the risk of future pandemics, we have to deal with how we raise animals for meat, eggs, and dairy.
And how do we do that? I mean, food companies are responsible for this. We've heard from lawmakers. How can they work together to lessen the risks?
We have to move animals outside of cages. Right now, most egg-laying chickens are confined in cages about the size of your home microwave. Imagine sticking 8 chickens in a cage that size. They can't even spread their wings. They can't even walk. They can barely move an inch. We get rid of these cages, ensure cage-free conditions where these animals have a much better life. With pigs, mother pigs are confined in cages so small they can't even turn around. They're basically living in a cage the size of a coffin for 4 years. What we can do is get rid of these cages, allow them to have more space. So while allowing animals to have more space is better for them, it also reduces the risk of disease because they're not crammed together as much as they otherwise would. And so states like right here in California have passed laws to ban these practices. More states should do it. Food companies should ban these practices from within their supply chain. As an example, we worked with McDonald's to announce they're going 100% on all their eggs. Every company should follow through with such a policy. So if we can pass these laws, get food companies to mandate these changes, we can not only improve the treatment of the animals, we can reduce the risk of future pandemics within these factory farm operations.
Okay, so as a consumer, we go to the grocery store and we see, cage-free eggs or cage-free chicken. Is that better to buy, and is that how we can help encourage these safe food production practices?
Certainly cage-free is a better direction. It's a better step forward to treat these animals better. At the same time, as consumers, we can do what so many are doing throughout the Bay Area, and that's eating more plant-based options. Every major grocery store here in the Bay offers plant-based meals. They offer plant-based burgers, veggie dogs. They offer even plant-based chicken and fish and bacon these days. And so, yes, Safeways, Walmarts, Targets all carry this stuff now. Whole Foods, of course, does. But you know what? Even places like Burger King offer a veggie burger. And their veggie burger is actually from a company that's based in the Bay Area too. And so we can eat more plant-based foods, just taking steps in the right direction, doing things like Meatless Monday, eating vegan before 6 p.m., just trying to do a bit better. That's a good step in the right direction that we all can do. And, we can feel empowered knowing every single meal we can do something to make the world more humane, to make it cleaner, and to reduce the risk for another COVID-19.
Yeah, it's amazing. My daughter's a vegetarian, and the plant-based food, it's amazing how much it tastes like the real thing.
It certainly does. And you know what? My dad is about 80 years old. He's been eating a certain way for many decades. And COVID-19 has inspired him to eat more plant-based, to eat like your daughter. And you know what? He's doing it. And if someone like my 80-year-old dad, who was a baseball coach, can eat more plant-based foods and start ordering veggie burgers and getting even the new vegetarian sausages out in the market, you know what? We all can do it. And the great news is that there are so many local vegetarian restaurants here in the Bay Area too. So we can also do together is support local vegetarian restaurants when we go out or when we get some orders. Hey, let's all do this and let's make the world a better place. Every dinner, let's just take a shot at that.
All right. Well, Josh Balk, it was nice talking to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for having me on.